all right. So I got my hands on a copy of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy on Xbox Series X. So I get to play basically the best version there is of it. Now, you guys probably know, and by you guys I mean both of you guys, because no one else knows any of this
No one else is
information.
here.
No one else is here either. That I'm not usually the biggest fan of Marvel stuff. I'm a really shitty nerd in that sense. I know
I,
you guys love Marvel. You love all the films. I've
I don't
seen
know.
most of the
Wait,
films.
what did you say? That I love Marvel and I love all the films?
No,
I
not that
don't
you
love
love all the
Marvel.
films, but you're definitely more into
No, I
Marvel
don't. I
than.
don't like
Oh,
Marvel
you
films
you
at
hate him
all.
too. Wow. Okay. You,
Like,
Swinny.
I love the Marvel films.
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
I'm
So
the
just
only one
one
here.
of you
Do
two.
you
All
even
right,
know me,
cool.
man?
Do you even know me?
I think I hate him
So
more than Swinny.
now this sounds like a bad way to start the to start the segment, but hear me out. If there was one Marvel film that I really enjoyed, it was Guardians of the Galaxy. That along with films like Deadpool are probably the few superhero films that I actually really enjoy. And I think it's the writing, I think it's the characters, I think it's the fact that unlike the other films that attempt to be serious, this intentionally isn't serious. The dialogue it just makes fun of itself. It's I love it. So that translates pretty damn well into the actual game. So right off the bat, I love the humor in it. There's actually a bunch of times where I found myself giggling aloud at some of the comments that they made. I'm not super far into the game, as in I've done the first sort of intro planet thing. It is one of those games where you got to explore every nook and cranny, so that took a little bit of extra time than if I just rushed through it. But the dialogue has been absolutely brilliant. And one cool thing as well is you get these choices that you can add to the conversation. And as far as I'm aware, I haven't gotten far enough to actually experience this myself, but I'm looking forward to it. Depending on what choices you make, it can change the way some of the crew members interact with you because you can take sides. You can comment positively and negatively on what certain people do within the game. Obviously, the graphics, as you can see right now on the B-roll, are fantastic. There's a few times where I stopped and just went, "Wow, they've really put awesome effort into this game." Um, the gameplay itself is really good so far from what I experienced. Very very fun. Kind of, I don't. It's a more over the top, fluid, Batman-y kind of experience
Mm.
that is
Mm.
on absolute drugs because not only do you get your own abilities and you only ever control one character, but you can use the other characters in terms of activating their abilities. Now, I don't know how convoluted and complex that's going to get. At the moment, I only have one ability for each of the other characters, but I could imagine if all of a sudden it unlocks multiple things that you can do with each one, it might start being a little crazy trying to keep track of what's what and remembering, so this dude has this ability that I get to activate with this. Now, I don't know. I haven't read any reviews because I don't want anything spoiled about this game, so it might not be a problem. But it's definitely a bit of a case of, man, what the hell is going on the screen sometimes? Even in the starting areas, you get to certain sections where there's a whole bunch of enemies, and you sort of focus on a few, but you realize, man, there's so much other stuff going on the screen. It's insane. Now, might turn out to not be an issue at all if it's as enjoyable as it's been so far. So all I can say is first impression so far, really, really cool. Highly recommend it. It's well at the time of this impression, $49 at a bunch of different places. I think it's 48 at Harvey Norman if you want to go that extra dollar
For
cheaper.
Australia,
And I'm actually really looking forward to playing the rest of the game. It's one of the few games in recent memory that really got me engaged enough to want me to keep playing the next thing and the next thing and finding out what happens in the story. And it's brilliant. I love the writing in it. Love the gameplay so far. Highly recommend it.
I feel like
So
because I missed the opening window of this game coming out and the zeitgeist and people talking about it,
mm,
now I'm like, I just feel like this is going to be a Game Pass game, and it's a fascinating thing of what Game Pass is doing to games. Where I'm like, I look at it and I go, man, I don't think I'm going
possibly.
to buy that because I reckon it's going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you say that because it's the exact comment I made to the dude when I bought the game at EB.
Oh, really?
I'm
You
like,
said, hey, I
yeah,
know
I
this is
said
going to
it.
be in Game Pass.
I'm like, I bet I'm gonna buy this and it's gonna go in Game Pass. So we'll see.
and by
And
the
I
way,
actually
it'll be
don't
like
care. I
a
don't
year
care.
from now.
It's a
I'm
cool
talking
game
about.
to have
Well,
anyway.
Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, all those games have gone in and out of Game Pass, so it's very likely.
Avengers went on Game Pass recently. A bit
Yeah.
of a different
Yeah.
story because that's almost a. You could imagine that going free to play anyway, potentially. So it's a bit different. But I was actually really keen on this game when it was coming out, and I think even last year when we were doing the discussions around the year ahead, then I don't know. I probably did sour on the game. It felt like a lot of the hype came out of the game, like maybe unfairly. I think because of Avengers went so poorly. And then, like I said, because I missed the opening window of the game coming out, I feel like I'll just like I wouldn't mind playing it, but I feel like I'll just probably wait for Game Pass if I don't get it for dirt cheap
maybe.
some other way.
All I can say is I think you're right. It's lost that momentum. Not a lot of people are talking about it from what I'm seeing. I don't know anyone that's got the game other than myself out of our group of friends or anyone else that I really know. But I feel like it could easily be one of those. I'm not going to call it a cult classic, but a real underdog game.
No, I could
that
imagine it
is
being a cult
brilliant,
classic.
but
I
not
could
enough
totally-
people played it.
Totally
Yeah.
imagine it being a cult
It's
classic.
really
for
really
sure.
good.
I mean, a lot of people talk about this game.
They do, but
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying
say it's a
you're
cult
pretty
classic.
deep on gaming.
It's
You're-
pretty, like, it got a lot of buzz on release. Like,
Yeah.
there's lots of content creators covering this game.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? You're deep in the woods on like content creation, gaming. You go into EB Games, JB Hi-Fi, it's like nothing with Guardians. There's no buzz about that
barely
game.
found a copy of
Talk
it,
to the
actually, which
EB
is
guys
weird.
about it. Like they'll go, oh yeah, no one's buying this game.
And this game only got revealed at E3 this year anyway. So.
It's like the marketing of it was weird. Like people were not hyping it, but like to your point though, Swinny, everyone I've seen who's played this game and talks about it loves it. Like say it's a great game.
Yeah, it's really great.
And I like your description of the whole Batman thing on steroids or drugs, I think is how you put it. That actually does give me a better crystallization of the gameplay than what I've read from other people. Because they're sort of like frenetic and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I can't really picture what it is. But the Batman
Frantic, you mean?
analogy.
Yeah.
No, I think they've been frenetic.
Frenetic.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what that word is, sorry.
But I like you correcting me on
No,
words.
I'm like, what is that word?
But it's more just Eidos
look it up
Montreal.
now.
I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of back these guys, so like,
Yeah, same.
keen to check this. I will check it out eventually.
And I like I said, I love the writing. Really, really funny.
does
What were
sound
you going to say, Sooty?
Frenetic is a synonym of frantic, basically.
Ah, okay, cool, awesome. Okay.
All right.
Cool. Highly recommend it. Go grab it if you can. I think you're gonna love it.
Nice,
Absolutely
nice.
love it. Yeah.
And to wrap up the show,